I continue, people that hit me up all the time with like different shoulder dysfunctions. I'm like, just try it, because I've rarely come with, think about it. If your shoulders are stronger and more functional, is it going to help any type of shoulder problem?
Absolutely.
Probably.
You know,
so it's very rare that we get anybody, even like impingements.
Yeah.
It's like, it shouldn't physically be able to make a difference in an impingement.
Yeah.
But if your shoulder health improves, and functioning improves, generally you get some more space in the capsule.
Yeah.
And then your impingement actually has less of a chance, unless it's a really bad impingement, to actually be actually interfering with something and causing a problem. So it's really really interesting.
Hi guys, I'm Corey Davis. Today I'm going to talk to you about a piece of equipment that we use a lot in this gym, but it occurred to us recently we hadn't really talked about. So last week, as you guys know, we went out to Portland and met up with Chris Duffin, who is a really, really smart guy in the strength and conditioning industry that I respect a lot. And he got me thinking about a couple different ways to use the ShoulderRok. It is an awesome tool developed by Chris that is essentially an evolution in club training. So clubs and maces have been around for a long time. People have been using them for a very long time for shoulder rehab. And Chris has essentially engineered the perfect version of it. He has a very strong background in engineering. He has a very strong background in kinesiology. And kind of combining those two passions together, he invented a better way to do it. So he did not invent swinging something around for shoulder health, but he did invent this product, which is a better, more efficient way. One, you can change the weights on them very easily. Two, you can have a much longer distance that you're dropping the swing down from, which makes it, ergonomically better for you. And I'm just going to take you through a couple different exercises we use it for, from least complicated to most complicated. And obviously with the more complicated ones, they're also more effective. You're getting a greater training effect from doing them if you do it correctly. Like I said before, these are fantastic for shoulder rehab and pre-hab. We work with a lot of overhead athletes in the gym. We work with a lot of throwing athletes in the gym. So it's vital for them. But honestly, most people that come in here are going to have some sort of shoulder pain at some point, and this is great to help them out with that. So the first exercise, the most basic one you need to learn how to do, is a front pendulum. It is not a rigid wrist movement. I am not sweeping as I do it. Instead, what I'm doing is just kind of gently flowing it up and down. I'm trying to get it to go up higher and higher until it's getting to right above parallel, just like it is now. This is the least complicated and kind of teaches the mechanics involved in the swing. After someone has mastered that, we would then turn around and do it with a back pendulum. So same thing, I'm doing the exact same motion, but now I'm getting a little bit more shoulder work out of it as it's kind of stretching my shoulders out as it goes back and forth. So after that, we get into the more complicated ones. So now we're going to actually swing it. And the swinging is not that hard, it just takes a little bit of practice. So I'm gonna start off with my left hand on top and my right hand on bottom. And as I go right now, I'm going to lead towards my left side. So my left hand's on top, I'm going to lead towards the left side. The ShoulderRok is going to fall out to the left, and then as it comes down, I'm going to pull hard on my right side to get it to swing over. So right as it gets to the bottom of its swing, that's when I'm gonna pull hard over my chest and kind of tuck my elbows in. So my left elbow, if you watch as I'm doing this left side, is going to get stretched out, and then my right side is going to tuck it back in. So it'll be left side stretching and right side kind of tucking in is how I think of it. Here, stretching, then tucking back in. Stretching, tucking back in. Just like that. And I'll do a couple the other way. Right hand on top, fall to the right, stretch out the right, tuck in on the left. So that is about as far as we go with most athletes. But while we were out there, Chris actually showed us a more advanced version, which is a single arm swing. So with a single arm swing, all the mechanics are the same, but you can get a slightly better training benefit because you can go either way. So my right hand is now on top because it is the only hand. So I'll fall to the right and then tuck over. Fall to the right, tuck over. Fall to the right, tuck over. But then the one that I'm really a big fan of, but once again is very complicated, is going from here to the left and then popping over. That one is much more difficult, but has, in my opinion, the best bang for your buck in terms of training. That really feels great for the shoulder as it's kind of weighing you down as it stretches through a really good range of motion right there. If you want to purchase one of these, you can. I would highly recommend it. You can go to kabukistrength.net and order your own. And Chris has a lot of videos where the guy that invented it is taking you through it instead of me, just a practitioner with it. So check it out. If you don't own one of these or you don't work out here, which is also a mistake, then hop online, buy one for yourself, and keep checking in for more cool equipment and content from Coreblend.
Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, competitions, and workouts from Coreblend.
That's the best first set I've ever done just because you were watching.
So cool. You